everybody. I'm Nancy Sasaki, Executive Director at Alliance Healthcare Foundation.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sylvia and I. I'm the Program Officer at Alliance Healthcare Foundation, and I can't sing like Nancy does.
Well, that's because Nancy can't sing, so that's easy. That's an easy one. Welcome to everybody. Don't forget that you can join us on our Google Hangout and be a participant in our show today. You can also like us on Facebook. That's where you learn about everything that's going on with the Alliance Healthcare Foundation. Today, as part of our Google Hangout, don't forget you can tweet at AllianceHF and send us any questions that you might have or comments about how great our flowers look or something like that. That would be really wonderful. And big thanks to Kevin Popovich at Idea House and John Rambo for bringing us flowers today. Make us feel good. Maybe make us smile a little bit more on this month at AHF. Not sure what the ulterior motive was. What do you think?
There was none.
There was none?
No, they just like us,
Just
right?
goodness of their hearts.
They're
kind
gentlemen, and they like us. I mean,
who couldn't help but like us? That's right. Sure, whatever. Hey, so we've
reminder.
got a great agenda. Remember, we were picking out the agenda items and drawing them out of a hat or a bowl. And so here they are. We're going to go down them. Here we go. First one. Big drum roll. Innovation Initiative 2014. Our board met on Friday. It was a long day, but a really interesting day. We had 5 presenters come before the board and talk about their innovative projects. Great discussion afterwards. Our blue ribbon panel welcoming a new member, Todd Coleman from UCSD, as well as Nora Fain with Molina and Joe Flower, who is a health kind of advocate from the Bay Area, joining us as our blue ribbon panel. So y'all are probably like, stop it, Nancy, tell us.
Like the money.
Yes, we actually did grant $1 million to Solutions for Change with their idea for Solutions Farms. It's really exciting to look at this in terms of its kind of hybrid ability to be both a grant as well as a loan, because there's such a social enterprise entrepreneur piece to this particular concept. So we're really looking forward to this one.
The first of its kind, it's quite creative, I think, and it's a different approach. That's what we've done the other eye too, so it was a good learning.
That's them.
That's it.
Look at them right there. Is it on your screen? Can you see it on your screens? Or oh, there it is. See, Solutions for Change. But it's actually, this project started out as a workforce development idea because they serve the homeless, right? And part of getting the homeless off the streets is to find employment. So they figured that if they started up something that would really be able to teach some of the soft skills, like just show up on time, how you dress, being accountable, following through with what you said you were going to do, those kinds of things, but maybe having fun with it on an aquaponics farm where you have the fish in the water and it feeds and fertilizes the plants, which then provide back to the fish, and you can eat the fish afterwards and everything, and it's all healthy and good.
And organic.
We had some. They actually,
delicious.
brought us a little thing of some baby greens, very good. But anyway, it started out as a workforce development kind of job training project. But what they found out was that the people in their centers liked the food. And they started growing enough of it that they thought, well, why don't we maybe talk to some of the school districts, maybe get some of this food out into the school districts, and these kids will be eating healthier, organic foods. And that kind of took off. So now they're looking at this as, let's see how far we can expand this project, scale it not only for them and the people that they're serving, but also scale it for other school districts and begin to make this a real social enterprise business for them that brings in income. And that's the piece that was really exciting for us, to be really innovative and maybe see a social enterprise venture within a nonprofit really take off and be a success.
And the other part as well is the healthy food for the kids, and what they shared with us was that the school kids actually like the greens, they like the lettuce, they like the vegetables, which it's not very common because they were very flavorful. I like vegetables, but I did really find a great taste to it, and I think it just serves multiple purposes.
I was really wanting to ask for seconds, but I thought maybe I shouldn't do that. So we're excited. We'll be kind of meeting with the staff there at Solutions for Change and beginning to really hone in on what this grant really looks like. But they're our grantee for the Innovation Initiative Award for 2014.
Congratulations to them.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Absolutely. Is this what's next? I think we're doing my two and then your two.
Yeah, I
How
think
about
that's
that?
what the agenda showed in that order exactly.
Oh man. Okay, so when you start talking about yours, I'm gonna run go get something I left in my office. Okay. So
Fine.
don't worry if I disappear for a second.
Okay, I won't.
You'll be fine.
Thanks for warning.
Yeah, I figured I better, right? So I'm moving on to the State of the Nonprofits, the 2014 annual report that's put out by USD rather, and produced by the Castor Family Center for Nonprofit and Philanthropic Research. They always tell us like what's going on in San Diego with our nonprofits, and always really interesting information. A couple of things that I wanted to really highlight from this report, and you can also go online and find the report at USD, but there are about 9,364, that's maybe precisely, but 9,364 nonprofits in San Diego County. That's a lot. You know, we were closer to 10,000, but the IRS started like saying if you haven't reported in several years, we're just going to like knock you off the rolls. So we have 9,364. Of those, 2,140 nonprofits have paid employees. That's quite a difference between the 9,000 to 2,000 with paid employees, and only 241 of those have more than 50 employees. So that really paints a picture in terms of the work that nonprofits are doing, a lot of volunteer work that's happening out there, a lot of very small nonprofits trying to get great work done and having an impact in our community. That really tells the story.
Majority.
But what's really interesting, of the 2,140 nonprofits with paid employees, they actually generate $5 billion in wages. So, you know, this is a really viable part of the economy of our county. And I think, you know, we don't really talk about that, the role that nonprofits play, not only in helping people in our community, but also contributing back to the community in a very economic way. Yeah. Absolutely. I think the other thing was to show that in terms of revenues, 67% of revenues go back into programs in nonprofits in San Diego County. So that's huge. It's not about running the admin. It's not about paying high level staff like us. It's going back.
Excuse me, I missed.
Hey, wait a minute, are you complaining? No, but it all goes back into program, and you know that's what this report really shows. So a lot of really interesting information in the report, and I encourage you to go online and find the report and find out about the contribution that nonprofits really do have above and beyond the services that they provide to our community.
That's great. Great report.
Which one
this is when you do the disappearing act?
I'm going to do the disappearing act. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to talk to. I have two good, feel-good reports today to talk about, and one of them is a celebration within the immigrant and refugee community. I have attended a couple of the meetings at the Refugee Forum, and one of the things that is in the works right now is that we are requesting nominations of any refugee or immigrant that you would like to nominate who has achieved milestones in this new country of theirs, whether it's mastering the English language. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Whether it's learning English as a second language, you know, landing a job, learning to drive, being able to assist others in navigate this complex system that, you know, they find themselves in this country. Really important, you know, because I think that when these men, women, or youth share their story with other newcomers to this country, it really motivates, you know, the newcomers, and they really see that there is hope and that there is a way to overcome a lot of the barriers, you know, that they encounter when they get to a country that they don't speak the language, that they don't know the culture, and especially after the journey that they had to go through to get here. So we are hoping, you know, that we get plenty of nominations. So again, I'm putting out a call. If you know of an immigrant, a refugee that you would like for the Refugee Forum to recognize, you know, send the information. You can tweet us at Alliance HF and to find out if you have questions about this particular how to do this. Yes, and the deadline for nominations is July 25th, and that's the criteria, and that is the email as well where you can send your nomination. So I hope again that you will contribute, because I know there's plenty of worthy men, women, and youth who have really stepped up to the plate despite all of the barriers that they have to overcome.
And the challenges that they have.
Challenges, yeah.
You know, that was really interesting today. Sylvia and I had a chance to meet with Ahmed Saeed from Somali Family Service, and he had the honor of being selected to go and be a part of the President's Council to talk about immigration and refugee issues, you know, as the White House really wants to move forward on this quickly. But I think one of the key things, just to highlight real quickly, was bringing together kind of the immigration and refugee issues together and not really talking
anymore.
about them separate. Yeah.
It was a great step forward. Yes,
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree with that.
So your next topic.
So the next feel-good topic, this is just one of those very interesting circumstances of how something, you know, when someone faces adversity, they turn it into something positive and for greater good for the larger population. And we have this particular instance in Imperial County of this very successful young designer who, you know, been all over the world and has set his shop all over the world, who unfortunately is got affected or inflicted by cancer. He returned to his, you know, to his roots, and as a patient that is, you know, going through the treatments and having to just go under all of the different kinds of levels of treatment, come to realize how tough it is to deal with just the regular garment clothing that most of us wear, when you have to deal with IV lines or you have to deal with radiation burns in your skin, and how the fabric alone will just aggravate the pain of what you're going through, or something as simple as when you have to remove your clothes for showering or toileting or you name it. Not to mention the devices that some of them have to just carry them, you know, like the bladder bags. And
so what's the feel-good part of this?
Well, the feel-good part of it is that he realizes, you know, there's nothing practical to wear, and the things that you can call practical, which are like the comfortable clothes, have to be really baggy and not very attractive looking. And with his fashion skill and designing fashion, he said, you know, why not do something that encompasses both? Something that people can take care of their treatment and be functional, be practical, but at the same time be attractive, and that they feel good in their clothing. And what is that going to do? That's going to really boost up, you know, feel good. You see yourself looking good, you feel good. We all know that, you know, attitude and has
positivity.
Plays a major role in healing. And so it's a pilot project right now. He's working with the nonprofit organizations, all volunteer basis. I've seen some of the samples of the creations that he's made. They're absolutely gorgeous. Available to everyone. You know, a possibility of a social enterprise in the making, but at the same time, you know, making it available for, as we all know, people in Imperial County are very economically challenged, so that's not going to be a barrier for them to be able to access these, you know, whether it's the hats for those that lose their hair, for, you know, very discreet snap buttons and very nice outfit that you can just, you know, put on and off, and you don't need anybody else help with it. So it's just it was just very, very motivating to see, and just absolutely incredible, beautiful things that he's creating. So that's you know, one of those success stories.
So just bringing something positive to something that's such a negative experience for people.
I think it's a really good thing. You know, it's one great thing when you think of all of the things that they have to go through when they're going through cancer treatment. Yes.
So the reason I had to leave the office is I forgot to bring my hat, because this is the Campaign to End Homelessness in Downtown San Diego's 4th anniversary. We were at their recently at their meeting. We took pictures with our hats on. I couldn't because of the whole hat hair thing, you know. It's like, I can't do that.
It crushes your hair.
Yeah. I need some sort of
bad hair
design.
day. Bad hair day really ruins your attitude.
Absolutely, right. Yeah, I'd be like moping around. Yeah. Anyway,
I can relate to that.
Enough about all of that. Anyway, we were celebrating the 4th anniversary, and in 4 years, the campaign has actually housed and taken off the street almost 1,000 homeless people in the downtown area. So it's really, you know, everybody was so excited and really feeling good about the work that they're doing, and a lot of effort, a lot of focus that continues in the downtown area. So just wanted to give a shout out to the Campaign to End Homelessness in downtown San Diego and the real strides that they're making in that regard.
They had their stand down this weekend, huh?
Well, it's not them. It's actually Veterans Village San Diego that hosts the stand down
Okay.
in Balboa Park. And,
Okay.
you know, once a year they do this, and it's definitely something people look forward to give all the services, to get all of the care that they need, to get the references and referrals and information, and the number of homeless that they serve there.
Yeah, we drove by there Saturday, and it was a big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It very well attended. I mean, it was. We were on a bus because we were going to the Pride Parade, but yeah.
Yeah. So don't forget, you can send us any questions that you have via Twitter at AllianceHF. And in the meantime, always, oh, now isn't that just the sweetest picture?
I love my flowers.
That was just so sweet. But you can also follow us in everything that we're doing besides hugging flowers on Facebook. You know what? I was just looking today, and we have over 1,100 followers on Facebook. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Because what is like barely 2 years ago that we started our Facebook page, and you know, I was like hoping to get to like 500 before one of our board meetings, and you know, so here we are, double that. So.
Yay! Milestone for us.
Don't forget, get your friends and neighbors to like Alliance Healthcare Foundation on Facebook.
We got some comments from Chris Megison.
Oh, Chris. Oh, guess where Chris works? Chris is the CEO, president of Solutions for Change. So, how come I don't see
love the excitement with your announcement.
Oh, I wasn't half as excited as you were, Chris, because I saw you yesterday, and it's like all he could do to contain all of his excitement and energy in the room that we were meeting in. So I can only imagine it. We're also meeting with Cynthia, the other presenter.
Right.
So when I was talking with her, she said that when she got the call from Chris, she let out this big scream, and her neighbor actually came over to make sure she was okay. So definitely a lot of excitement. I don't see anything else coming in at this point. Kevin, do you see anything?
No.
Anybody want to know anything about what's going on?
A bunch of yays.
All right.
And lots of likes on Facebook.
All right, great. Thank you so much, everybody. So glad to talk with you today.
Don't forget to nominate anybody in the refugee immigrant community. Don't forget July 25th. It's only a few days away, so please send in your nominees, and good luck to all. And I'm really looking forward to the event where they're going to get recognized.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.